I get it. You're scrolling through endless projector listings, trying to picture a cinema-sized screen in your living room, and you keep wondering if you'll end up spending a fortune on something that looks great on paper, but ends up being a disappointment. You've probably asked yourself whether the picture will stay sharp when you crank up the volume, or if you'll need a separate sound system just to make the movie sound decent. I was in that exact spot a few weeks ago, and I spent a solid weekend digging through specs, watching unboxing videos, and reading every bit of user commentary I could find. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. This XGIMI Horizon Pro lands in a sweet spot of the home theater market. It's a true 4K projector with 1500 ISO lumens, built-in Harman Kardon speakers, and Android TV 10.0 baked right in. That combination means you're not just buying a picture machine, you're also getting a smart TV that can stream Netflix, Disney Plus, or YouTube without a separate box, and speakers that are meant to fill a typical living room without needing a receiver. The headline numbers sound impressive, but the real question is how they translate when you actually press play on a Friday night. First off, the picture quality lives up to the true 4K claim in a way that most budget 4K projectors don't. I set it up on a 100-inch screen in a dimmed bedroom, and the image was crisp enough that I could see the grain in a nature documentary and the tiniest texture on a leather jacket in a drama. The advanced image engine does a decent job of upscaling 1080p content, so even if you're not streaming 4K all the time, the picture still feels detailed. The real test, though, is the brightness. At 1500 lumens, you'll get a vibrant image in a dark or mildly lit room. But if you try to watch with the curtains wide open and the kitchen light on, the whites start to look washed out. So the projector shines best in environments you can control the lighting in. Think a dedicated media room, a home theater nook, or even a bedroom you can darken. Sound is where the integrated Harman Kardon speakers make a noticeable difference compared to a typical mini speaker setup. In a small to medium room, the built-in audio was surprisingly full. Dialogue was clear, and the bass, while not earth-shattering, gave enough punch to make action scenes feel immersive. I tested it with a game soundtrack that has a lot of low-frequency rumble, and the speakers held up without sounding thin. That said, if you're planning to host a movie marathon with a crowd or you're a true audiophile, you'll probably still want to connect an external soundbar or a dedicated AV receiver. The speakers are great for casual viewing, but they aren't a replacement for a high-end home theater system. One of the biggest practical strengths is the intelligent screen adaptation technology. The projector automatically detects the screen's dimensions and adjusts the Keystone, which means you can place it a few feet away from the wall, tilt it slightly, and still get a perfectly rectangular image without digging through menus. The autofocus works well too. After a couple of seconds, the image sharpens and stays locked even if the projector shifts a little due to a bumped cord. This ease of setup is a game changer if you're the kind of person who doesn't want to spend an hour calibrating the picture every time you move the unit. The Android TV 10.0 interface runs smoothly, and the built-in voice control lets you ask for Netflix or turn up the volume without reaching for the remote. For everyday use, the learning curve is almost non-existent. Now let's talk about who should actually consider buying the Horizon Pro. If you already have a dark room or can create one, want a crisp 4K experience without buying a separate streaming stick, and prefer a tidy setup with minimal cables, this projector checks a lot of boxes. It's also a solid option for gamers who want low input lag performance. The Android TV platform supports a game mode that cuts latency, and the image stays sharp even during fast-paced action. Families with kids will appreciate the built-in streaming apps and the fact that you don't need to juggle extra devices. On the flip side, if you plan to use the projector in a bright living area, want a massive screen that fills a whole wall, or demand a surround sound experience, you might be better off looking at a higher lumens model paired with external speakers. Also, if you're a purist who